Welcome to the grand final of the Rotax Max Masters here in 2014. Opening round is here in Jesolo, Italy. This is the grand final after a very entertaining pre-final that was won by Gokart Fodor. I apologise, Mr. Fodor. I've been informed that I think I've made a mistake in pronouncing the names the wrong way around. I do apologise. And great race-long battle by Balázs Fikiti. And we're lined up ready to go with those two at the front of the pack again. And lined up. Nice dry conditions this time, so they don't have to worry about any slippy conditions now, I don't believe. And they're off, and this time it's a 22-lap race. So 4 laps more than we had last time. Everybody safely through this time on the first corner. And it is Gokart Fodor that is in the lead. Followed there, who was that? I think that may have... Oh, and jumping up into the air. Wow. Well, I'm not sure which carts they were, but there was enough contact that we had one of them jumping up into the air there. Was that Gorzo and Balázs Fikiti? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see as they come across the line to see if those guys are still there. They're going to be a bit further back down the grid, probably at the back of it, and have some work to do, so at least that'll be entertaining for us. There's no question about that. And our leader, last time he didn't have the best first lap and had to make up the positions to get that victory, but he's comfortably in the lead as we sit here at the moment. Unsurprisingly puts in the fastest lap. And the carts that are a bit further back, yeah, it was Zolt, Gorzo, and right at the back at the moment we've got cart 275, which is Hargitai Peter, who had an unfortunate spin in the first race. Sorry, I have to wait and see whether all is okay there. So were they the ones? Well, actually, Balázs Fikiti is back in 7th position, cart 240. So was it those two that got in a bit of a tangle there? They were both going for the corner. I don't think anybody... Oh, 275. Oh, that's really bad luck for Peter Hargitai. He retired in the first race and he's out after... It does show that he completed the first lap. The fastest person on the track at the moment is 4th place, which is cart 286, I think it is, which is Istvan Hornyak. That'll be interesting then, because he started down in 6th and he's up to 4th already. 41.199, I think he just did there. It was in purple. It's a little bit harder for me to see on the screen at the minute, but it does look like he's put the fastest lap, but he is down in 4th, so he's not able to immediately close in. He's got the 2 carts you can see there that at the moment at the head of that train is 273. In 2nd place is the cart 273 of Atramini Mirko, and in 3rd is 268 Narj Tibor, who looked like he had some problems on that first lap, because he was suddenly slowing on that last lap, and so he actually started 7th in this race. And he's got himself up into 3rd again, and I'm pretty sure from my memory is that he was running up that kind of position in that first race before just dropping down a little bit. We didn't see what happened, but Narj Tibor clearly started losing power, because it then conked out largely on that last lap and he coasted round to finish in 7th position. As I cast the screen to see how's Zolt Gorzo doing, he is up to 8th now, so gradually moving up. We've obviously got the one retirement, 275, as we know, Peter Hargitai. Our leader just effortlessly cruising off into the distance at the moment. This was the commanding lead that he was hoping for in that first race, and he is already 3.4 seconds ahead of 2nd place Atramini Mirko. Atramini is doing very well there, because he started in 5th and he's running up in a nice comfortable 2nd at the moment. 3-4, about a 4-car train there it's got to be now, because we've got Istvan Hornyak and Narj Tibor. Narj Tibor down to 4th, so Istvan Hornyak managed to take that 3rd position from Narj Tibor, and he's going to be seeing whether he can get past Atramini Mirko. He was only 0.1 of a second behind 2nd place Atramini Mirko, as the leader comes through to complete his 5th lap. Is he going to put in a fastest lap? No, it's his fastest lap, but at the moment it's still Istvan Horňák. In fact, Istvan Horňák's just gone faster again, up into second place, so he was able to take Atremini Mirko on that one. He's just done a 51.113, so he's about just over 0.1 of a second quicker than our leader Geza Fodor. But he is 3.388 seconds down the road at the moment, so it's quite a lot for him to make up there. But if he's able to just pull away and get clear air from Atremini Mirko, then he doesn't have to keep looking over his shoulder and may be able to close in on our leader, Geza Fodor. As Naj Tibor is now 5th, so after running in 3rd, just been sort of overtaken. The latest one is from Laszlo Ellenes, who had the very unfortunate heavy crash into the tyres. Great job to get the kart repaired after that hit into the tyres and spun into the catch fencing. Currently running in 4th position after overtaking Naj Tibor, so great performance by Laszlo there. As our leader, is he just pulling away? No, he's not. It's 3.293, so ever so slowly Istvan Horňák is just reducing. I don't want to say closing, but he's ever so slightly reducing that lead, because with a 3-second gap already, that's a very commanding lead for Geza Fodor. Well done to him as he comes through to complete his 7th lap of this 22-lap race. So there's still plenty of contest that he's got to face as yet. And he's actually now put the fastest lap of the race into 50.822. So he's about 0.1 of a second faster than Istvan Horňák's fastest lap. But Istvan Horňák only did a 51.0, so back into the 51s there. So that gap's gone back out to a 3.5 seconds. I don't think he will feel a need he's got to stretch that any further. He would happily keep it at that. It means he doesn't have to keep looking over his shoulder and see what's going on. But in 3rd place we've still got Atremini Mirko in kart 273. In 4th position still 211, the great recovering Laszlo Ellenes. And in 5th place we have the recovering in this race Balázs Fikiti, up to 5th. Reasonable gap behind, nearly 2 seconds behind Atremini Mirko at the moment, but be interested to see how far he's going to be able to get up the pack. He's going to be wanting to get certainly on the podium at the very least, because obviously he managed to finish 2nd in the pre-final, and he was up there at the fighting for 2nd and 3rd when the incident, and one of them was launched into the air just slightly. I'm sure that was quite a bump as it came back down. Fortunately, doesn't seem to have damaged the karts, because Zsolt Gorzo is doing a 51.6 is his fastest lap. That was the last lap, was his fastest. So yeah, he's still there, head down. I said that he's going to be happy with his lead, but he's still got his head down, almost like a biker, getting the head behind the visor, reducing the drag as much as he possibly can. Fastest lap of the race there was 2nd place Istvan Horňák. This is interesting. Geza Fodor put his fastest lap of the race, a 50.8, so did break the fastest lap, but it was then beaten again as 2nd place Istvan Horňák went over the line to make a 50.775. So down to 3.6 that lead. They're really close. Such a shame they're not up there together, because these two would be absolutely glued together, because their times are so close. Oh dear, who's that's off there? I thought that was an injury there, but I think they were just kind of taking it a little bit easy. Who was that? I've got a feeling no, that was Laszlo Ellenes. So the 2 retirees from the first race are out again. That looked like Laszlo Ellenes had gone straight on into the gravel and had made contact with the barriers. Oh dear. It's twice that's made contact with those tyres. I'm sure he's not going to be great friends with those barriers now, but that's... hopefully that wasn't as hard a hit as the pre-final, and he was out of the car and looked absolutely fine, other than clearly very frustrated and waggling his foot at that tyre barrier. Fastest man on the track now, Balázs Fikiti. Said that he was going to be battling up through the field. He's running in 4th now, 50.684, only 0.258 behind Atramini Mirko. So is he going to be able to overtake Atramini Mirko as our leader goes through to complete his 11th lap? Jesolo Fodor, 50.7 on that one. So nearly his fastest time, but no, Balázs Fikiti is still just behind Atramini Mirko, but 0.080. Let's have a look. Is this them now? I think it is, and I believe that Fikiti has managed to overtake Mirko there. So we thought that it was on, but incidentally that brought out the best time of the race for Atramini Mirko, his personal best. Not quite as quick as Fikiti's there, but I have a feeling that, just trying to see, yeah, 2:40 there. Balázs Fikiti has made it ahead of Atramini Mirko, so he's back onto that podium position. New fastest lap of the race, Jesolo Fodor. So, excuse me, just pulling away. He's now taken it to a 4-second lead, the biggest it's been so far. That's 12 laps down, 10 to go. So they are over halfway now, and he's got it to a 4-second lead already. So very dominant. He's got to be encountering backmarkers soon, and not just backmarkers. He's going to be getting closer to the battling backmarkers, where they're going to be focusing on their own contest, let alone the fact that there's a blue flag waving to tell them that the ever increasing speed in Jesolo Fodor is approaching them as he comes through towards completing his 13th lap. And there is our third position driver of Balázs Fikiti as our leader goes through to complete his 13th lap. Not his fastest lap there, but still into the 50s, 50.7 compared to 50.4. So still putting in consistently fast laps here. He's not taking it any easier. István Horňák was slightly quicker that time round, so the lead's just under that 4 seconds now. But and then about another 4 seconds down the road is Balázs Fikiti. And in third place at the moment is Atramini Mirko's just put in his fastest lap of the race. And just behind him, about another 2.5 seconds down the road, is Nagy Tibor. In sixth position is currently Imre Gyurek, as our leader puts his head down as we see him do every single lap, just to get as much speed as he possibly can. 14 laps completed, 8 to go. And only the 2 retirements so far. That's Peter Hargitai and Laszlo Ellenes. As we say, unfortunate, because that's the same 2 that had the incidents in the pre-final, and they'll be very frustrated. Not the opening round that they were looking for here over in Italy. Of course, we move on for round 2, that will be at, he says as he just grabs a piece of paper just to double check. It's over in Hungary for the second round, and that's in the 20th to the 22nd of June. So they've got about a 2-month gap until the second round of the Central and Eastern European Rotax Max Challenge at the Pannonia Ring. I'm sure that Jesolo Fodor is going to be looking to take this dominance in. He's been really on fire this weekend. Of course, the Rotax Max Masters isn't the only championship that he's been in this weekend. He's also been in the DD2 Masters from memory, I think it was. Again, I'm just quickly checking my notes from what has been an incredibly exciting race. If it's not the DD2 Masters, was it the DD2? My apologies, Mr. Fodor. I've lost my my notes now, but I know that you've had a great weekend, and he's showing it now. Leads down to 3.7, so it's trickled down slightly as he comes across to complete his 16th lap, and still running in the 50s. And that gap's down to 3.5 seconds now, because István Horňák's going about 0.2 faster each lap at the moment, bumping around that corner, taking as much speed as he possibly can, and compared to just totally smooth there. It looks effortless. Jesolo Fodor makes it look so effortless as he comes through these corners. And just having a look to see whether Balázs Fikiti is able to make any more inroads into István Hornyák. No, he's 4.9 seconds behind, so I don't think he's likely to get any closer at the moment. And what is going to happen to these tyres? Obviously, they're still pushing very hard, and we have seen in one or two of the other races that towards the end, some of them their tyres aren't at their optimum by any stretch of the imagination, but. It is currently still Geza Fodor in the lead, István Hornyák in second, Balázs Fikiti in third, Atramini Mirko in fourth, Naj Tibor in fifth, Imre Jurek in sixth, and Zsolt Gorzo is running in seventh position. And then it's Tibor Gunci running in eighth. That's the 8 runners that are still circulating around the track at the moment. Just casting my eye at the times to see where the closest battles. They're all kind of spread out a little bit at the moment, but we've seen that change very quickly, so they cannot relax at all. Don't think any of them are going to have to really be looking backwards. Geza Fodor certainly isn't taking it easier. He's just put in the fastest lap of the race, taking it down to a 50.473, so quicker again there, and stretched that out to a 3.7. That's 18 laps completed, 4 left to go. These really do look fantastically fun karts to go in. I'd love to have a go, and it's a beautiful circuit here, very challenging. It's got a bit of everything in it, and especially this morning when we had the wet conditions, that looked very, very trying. And just waiting to see, that's 240. You can see the gap there. That was the gap between the second and third position as we stayed focusing on that hairpin. Leader, typical head down position that we see every time, and he's gone slightly faster again on that 19th lap, 50.422. But there, he's almost metronomic. He's down. He's constantly down in the 50s now, every single lap. And in fact, I would say the last sort of 2 or 3 laps, he's been down at the 50.4s. So he's totally in the zone. It's like he's running on a Scale Extric set now. He knows exactly where he needs to go. He doesn't need to go defensive. And he's not really encountering many back markers at the moment, so he's able to just keep it steady, take the lines he wants to. It's like a qualifying run every single time, as though there's nobody else on the track for him. I'm sure he thoroughly enjoys the battles, because there's no question he's a hard fighter, but I doubt he's very disappointed that he's pulled away. And again, head down as he comes to that line. I mean, look at that. Again, a 50.496. That's at 3 or 4 laps now at the 50.4s. Constantly, lap after lap, doing those times. There is a back marker in the distance, but probably about 2 corners ahead of him at the moment. So, able to still go. He's pulled that lead out to a 4.2 second lead now. 2 laps to go, so he's on his penultimate lap. There's the third place 240 of Balázs Fikiti. And not under pressure from behind, because Atramini Mirko is currently 3.2 seconds behind him in that 4th position. But equally, Balázs Fikiti is 5.5 seconds behind István Hornyák, as our leader comes round the right-hander, ready to take the last lap board, going on to his 22nd and final lap here at Jesolo in Italy, in the opening round of the Rotax Max Masters Central and Eastern European Rotax Max Challenge. He proved me wrong that time. He obviously is taking it a little bit easier, because he just did a 50.7 on that one. But at the end of the day, he knows he's just got 2 laps to go. There's no point doing anything silly. He's got the fastest lap, so even if he was trying to do a Sebastian Vettel where he has to have that fastest lap of the race, he's got it. The closest to him is a 50.6, which is done by both István Hornyák and Balázs Fikiti. So he's got that fastest lap, and I don't think the other 2 need to put any pressure on. They're not likely to close up, and they're not likely to be caught. Last right-hander, here comes our leader, Geza Fodor, and he comes across to take the checkered flag. 2 hands up, probably not quite as ecstatic as it was in his first race, but that's because he had to battle up through the grid in that one. This one has been dominant from start to finish. 4.764 seconds ahead of the second place István Hornyák in kart 266. In third place we had that kart 240 Balázs Fikiti, another 6 seconds down the road there. In 4th position was kart 273 Atramini Mirko. And in 5th position we had Naj Tibor. Oh, and I'm just catching up with the times now to complete the rest of the grid for you. And yeah, so Naj Tibor in 5th. And in 6th position we have 221 Imre Jurek. In 7th it looks like we've got 212, which is Zolt Gorzo. We saw that first lap incident where I don't know whether it was him that was in the air or caused the other driver to go into the air. And in 8th position 276 Tibor Gunci. Fantastic grand final for the Rotax Max Masters. We now move on to Hungary for round 2. Let's see whether Gazar Fodor is going to be able to make it another double victory in Hungary.